program book, and the objectives are in here, and the wonderful pictures and bios. And so we're not going to spend today reading, except for the objectives, to set the stage for the day. It's our plan that when you complete this 2-day workshop, you'll be able to identify strategies to use for self-care from the ANA's Healthy Nurse, Healthy Nation initiative. And so we're going to hear from Holly Carpenter. You'll be able to describe the importance of joining professional organizations. You'll get to meet people who are in professional organizations and how they got there and how you can get there too. You'll be able to name at least 3 strategies that will facilitate achieving work-life balance while pursuing professional and personal goals. So we have several sessions that are going to meet those objectives. Explain how using social media is important in a professional career, and discuss the process of building a trusting mentor-mentee relationship. Dr. Freida Outlaw is coming up. Right now. So all of you know Dr. Outlaw, but I get a chance to introduce her. I'm just going to introduce her with her professional title. She is the Academic Program Consultant to the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration's Minority Fellowship Program at the American Nurses Association. Dr. Outlaw is a mentor. Dr. Outlaw is a consultant. Dr. Outlaw is a friend. So whenever we do this together, I just forewarn, we need some tissues. And so she really wants to spend some time, just a little bit, telling you a short story about us. Dr. Outlaw.
Okay, so when I was fresh out of my postdoctoral study at the University of Pennsylvania and looking around, I had a sort of an open door because I hadn't learned all the rules yet about how you're supposed to be in there and hunkered down. This one would come to visit me with all her bags because she didn't have a car. I couldn't imagine anybody not having a car. And we got to know each other, and I really figured out I knew about mentoring sort of, but I had never had a person like me to mentor me because I went through part of my high school, all my college, all my graduate school, and my postdoc with never having a person of color be a faculty member. And that didn't mean that some of those people did not. There were 2 women of European descent that were very important, well, 3 actually, in my life that helped me. One was when I was in college. I was going to be put out my senior year because at Berea College, where I went to school, you had to have a driver's license in your senior year. And we had a car in our family, but nobody was allowed to drive it but my mother. Can you imagine? My father didn't drive. And I didn't know how to drive, and you had to have a driver's license. And the dean told me if I didn't have a driver's license by second semester, because we went out, we were at Frontier Nursing Service, and we went out and we did that stuff, real community engagement in Jeeps, long before Jeeps were popular, that I would have to leave. And Martha Pride was a woman of European descent who taught me how to drive. So fast forward to Penn, there were 2 women, Dr. Barbara Lowry and Dr. Lois Evans, who really helped me get through that process of being promoted and also getting into the academy. So I honor them, but I never had anybody to understand the struggle. So this one would come to my office and we would talk about the struggles. And I decided that I would help her. And that's how we got started. I became her unofficial mentor and then sort of her official mentor. And we've sort of been together ever since. We went through the dissertation, then we were struggling.
She became a member of my dissertation committee.
Yes, and I called a meeting one night at my house, and we were there at 11 o'clock at night with some other significant people making a way. making a way. And so we did. And then, so now it's sort of, we've gone from mentee, mentor. So this is the part about sponsor. Now we're colleagues. And in a lot of ways, my colleague has surpassed me in terms of what she's doing. And that is the way it should be. So I am happy and joyous about that because I'm older. And I got other things on my mind now, and she can carry the way. And so that's why it's so very important where you sit and what you do, and as Dr. Millender has said, how you carry it forward. It is really important because I know I have been, and I have to give personal privilege. I think Jack Payne Warden was the first mentor officially that I had in this program. Jackie, raise your hand. There she is. And she's still claiming me, so, okay. And I think I'm probably maybe the oldest person in this room. And I was an MFP fellow in I think 79 to 81. It was 2 years, 79 to 81, I believe. And we did not have, we had resources. It was better than it could have been, but we didn't have all the resources that have evolved and developed as this program has grown. And we're very proud of how it's grown. And we look forward for you all to give us input. That's why those surveys are so important, because that's what helps us grow. If we don't know what you need and what you're going through, and what you want. And sometimes I say to the team, it's not always what people want, it's really what they need. Because sometimes when the struggle is real, what you want is not exactly what you need, but that's what we're here for. They help you work that out. So please, when you get those surveys from us, please respond. We really need your input. And with that, my short story that gets kind of long, Miss Janet Jackson tells me sometimes I can get long, but I tell her that's what psychiatric nurses do. That we are into process, understanding, conversation, and working out and figuring out the nuances. So they've learned to have patience with me as we do that. So that's my short story.
Definitely, we are born storytellers.
Yes.
And so I'm the middle child of 7. And I tell on everybody. So I'm going to tell on myself right now. And I'm going to say that it's been great planning this meeting and that we actually made a script up for ourselves so that we don't go over telling our stories. But we're going to do it in the way that we would normally do it. The schedule is the schedule, but we're flexible as psych nurses. And we have a speaker who is not arriving when they thought they were going to be. So we have some flexible times. So if you look at the times in the book, they're a little off because we're being flexible. I wanted to know, who are the mentors in the room? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yay!
7.
So, a couple of things that Dr. Outlaw said, and what's interesting, we're 10 years apart. We're 10 years apart by birth, and we're 10 years apart in terms of my schooling and my being in the minority fellowship program. So I was here too, about 10 years apart. And life changes over time, and you need different things. What gets to me now is every time I say, my friend Freida, and I'm able to say it and to mean it. So that's what the tissues are for. So I want to say, my friend Freida and I said we were going to do introductions. And as psych nurses, you know we have to do something fun. And we have to do something interactive. And so what we want to do now is have you introduce yourself in a special way. So we want to so my head went click, click, click. When are we gonna do that? Okay. So before we do it, or we're gonna ask people to say it as they introduce themselves?
It's your choice. You're the boss.
I'm the boss. Who says, Freida, what do you think? So really, I wanted to acknowledge the planning committee. And that's what Freida just said. So I wanted to acknowledge you in a special way, not just during our introductions. And if you could stand, the planning committee. You've been on Zoom. And you're gonna let us know who you are and what you're about when you introduce yourself. But you also are gonna meet each member of the planning committee as the 2 days go on, because we're also facilitators. So we're gonna be facilitating sessions. So what I'd like you to do is think for a moment, you know your name, and then I want you to take the first initial of your first name and use a word to describe yourself. Okay?
Okay.
So we're gonna go around the room, and actually I meant to ask you, do you wanna go first?
That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So my name is Freida. Don't ask me how I got that name. My mother won't tell me. And my initial is F, and I'm feisty.
Thank you, Feisty Freida.
Thank you.
Anybody ready? We're gonna start right here. So people can hear you?
Hi, my name is Teresa Combs, and the T, so the first letter is T, and I say my, what did you say? Oh, okay.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, that's good.
The
So
first letter.
describe yourself.
My first letter is T, and I say thoughtful.
Thoughtful Teresa. You're not ready yet?
I'm not ready.
Billy, you're not ready? Oh my goodness.
My name is Marlene, and I am marvelous.
My name is Elizabeth, and I'm enthusiastic.
Yes, yes.
My name is Jackie, and I am the jovial Jamaican. So my name is Eugenio, exceptional. Good morning, my name is Phyllis, and I am P for patient.
Very.
This is a stretch. My name is Janet, and I'm Jamaican.
Okay, my name is Jolie, and I am joyful.
Yay!
My name's Melissa, and I'm married, like M-E-R-R-Y.
As in Christmas.
My name is Mia Josiah, and I believe I'm nice. Hi, my name is Kanisha, also of the Jamaican delegation, and I'm knowledgeable.
Hello, my name is Shelby, and I'm a United States sailor.
Good morning, I'm Dawn Bounds, and I am diligent.
Hi, my name is Audrey. It's hard for an A, isn't it silly? I guess I would say attentive.
So Miss Audrey?
Yes.
Dr. Audrey?
Yes.
I was thinking amazing.
Yes, I was.
Good morning. My name is Amber Hopkins, and my word would be ambitious.
Whoa.
Hi everybody, my name is Marcus Henderson, and M for motivated.
Hi,
My name is Enyo Jata, and I'm going to say engaging.
Yay.
Hi, I'm Freida, and I would like to say I'm fun. Depends on who you ask though.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Thomas. I was gonna say joyful, but I'll say I'm a jokester.
Jokester. We have to remember that.
Hello, my name is Mike, and I would like to say the word master to match all your interests.
Hi, my name is Jessica, and I would say jolly.
Happy birthday.
Hello, Liz Stokes, L for loyal and limitless.
Whoa.
Hi, my name is Lizbel Matos, and L for lively.
I am Holly Carpenter, I'll say H for happy.
Yay.
Hello, I'm Caesar. I'm him, and C for critical thinker.
Hi, I'm Rose Lopez, and R for rambunctious. I don't know.
That's good.
Hey, Rose. You could also say Rosie.
A play on the name.
Hey everyone, I'm Nema, and also nice.
Very nice.
My name is Tina. I'm Sam Top, both therapeutic.
Hi, I'm Helena, and I am hopeful.
Wonderful.
Hello, I'm Teresa, and I'm tenacious.
I am Lakitra, and I am a listener.
I'm Hussein, I'm honest.
Yay.
And Dr. Hussein keeps us honest with the surveys.
Yes.
Uriah.
I am Uriah, and I'll say I'm unique.
Yay! Billy?
Hi, I'm Lilia. I'll go with L for loyal.
So did the first table get to go, everybody? Okay. Wonderful. Well, I want to say that Dr. Phyllis and I are very similar. We're patient. So I always say I'm patient Pat, and that's what will happen when we're together. Because we both are storytellers, but I'm like Dr. Lakeisha, I'm a listener too.
And she's not saying that when we're on the phone, I start out with, and she'll say, okay, take a breath. And I say, all right. And then I take a breath and my sight training kicks in and then we get done. But it usually starts that way.
So we ask each other questions, and that's how we work together. And what's interesting, the other night we were doing some work together for the workshop, and so Freida said to me, do you think it should be this or this? And I said, this. And she said, I knew you were going to say that. And what I knew was, but she was going to ask anyway. And that's what's important. We ask each other anyway to hear what we think, what we feel, and we could say it. And that's the piece of what we're going to be talking about throughout the program, is the way in which we connect to each other and meet each other's needs. So, we didn't ask you to tell us what program you're in and what your work is and all of those things, but we want you to tell us. So throughout the day, we're going to have wellness breaks and we're going to have networking time, and we really want to hear from you. You hear us talk about the surveys, and this is our last commercial about it right now. We use the surveys that we recently sent out to mentors and mentees to plan these 2 days. We really hope we're meeting your needs for those of you who are able to complete the surveys. So when we say we listen, we mean it. I'm going to ask Dr. Teresa Combs to come forward. So we're gonna have our next presentation. Dr. Teresa Combs.